Welcome, everybody. It's Scott here from Woke Societies. I am pumped up today, ladies and gentlemen, as I always am on a Tuesday night to hang out with all of you, my woke family out there. Thank you so much for joining today. We have a lot to talk about and a lot to celebrate tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so proud to announce we have finally hit 100,000 subscribers. Ladies and gentlemen, you hear that? 100,000. And I cannot be more excited. What's up, everybody? It's Scott, your host and creator of the YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me tonight. If you can for me right now, hit that like button. Hit the like button for me. Tell your friends and family that we are the news now. Thank you, everybody that's joining me in the live stream tonight. Everyone out in podcast world that will hear this later on. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the support. Nothing better I want to do on a Tuesday night than hang out with all of you, talk about what's going on in the world, and all that good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to let everyone just come in for another couple of minutes here, let everyone gather around, and all that good stuff. We got a new sponsor tonight, which you guys knew was coming. New sponsor tonight, so we'll talk about them. We're going to be talking about this Democrat convention, ladies and gentlemen. It was an absolute dumpster fire. You hear that? Dumpster fire. We're going to talk about that. What else are we going to talk about tonight? I can't remember at this point. Yeah, we're going to talk about the convention, and we're going to be talking about the post office. It sounds really boring, right? But I can tell you right now, there is plenty to talk about. Plenty to talk about. There is something going on behind the scenes that no one saw coming, and we're going to talk about that tonight, and then we're going to top off the night with some other cool news we can talk about, and just something I want to get off my chest. We'll save that for the end of the show. So, again, thank you guys for joining. Hit that like button, share, subscribe. Tell your friends and family about this channel. Beautiful. Love that music getting amped up. I love it. Everyone give me a 5-5 in the chat. Let me know the audio sounds great. We're already at 500 viewers. Let me know where you guys are from and all that good stuff. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, the doctor, I do need a haircut. It's been over 2 weeks. Over 2 weeks. And yes, Suki, we are going Postal today. That is going to be the main meat and potatoes. And we're going to, guys, I totally forgot. We're going to be talking about the Q drop. 1 Q drop. Oh no, we said it. We said it. We just triggered the algorithms. Really good stuff. So guys, I'm going to play the ad for my sponsor right now. Again, this is these guys are pill.net. This is the new platform that these guys created. They were on my show 2 weeks ago. Thank you guys for the 5-5. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. They were on my show 2 weeks ago. They built this platform with their own blood, sweat, and tears. It's a free platform. You don't have to sign. You don't have to pay anything. All you have to do is just give your email to sign up. It's completely free, but there's so many perks to this new platform that's being built. They're going to house live streams very soon. I know that's very close to being done, and a place hopefully we can house just regular video content like we do on YouTube. But hey, what they got right now is already really good, and it's only going to get better. So I'm going to play that out, guys, and after that, we'll jump into the content, shall we? So let's get to it.
Please join Pill.net today, a free, uncensored platform for sharing topics and truth. Since Pill.net is a true, uncensored platform, you will not be banned for posting anything that other social media sites will ban you for. Please use any link that you can find and test out our topic creation tool. You can filter the content that you're seeing by choosing the filter up at the top by selecting Top, Hot, or Recent. Alternatively, you can use the multimedia filter to see videos or just images. At Pill.net, you can use hashtags to categorize your topics, such as hashtag Kids Lives Matter, which is a movement anyone can support. Use our commenting system to let others know your thoughts and opinions on their posts. With our topic creation tool, you can dynamically create topics with as many links or media as you'd like, and then embed them directly into your post. Please join Pill.net, because without you, we are nothing.
Beautiful. So yeah, guys, you see them right below my screen. Again, it's called Pill.net. They don't have an app yet, but it works great on the phone browser. It works just like an app, and it's just, I think for me, it's better than Parler. I can't stand Parler because it's just an echo chamber of offshoot of Twitter. Not really my thing. Giving up your license and all that crap to get verified, it's ridiculous. So go check them out, guys, at pill.net. They are a free platform and all that good stuff. And you will not get censored there. That is the main key. All right. So where I would always like to begin, we're going to be making fun of a lot of people today, especially the Democrats. We're going to be making fun of Joe Biden, Michelle Obama, and we're going to be calling it hypocrisy left and right. It's going to be nothing but breaking narratives and countering narratives like we always do on this channel. So as I always like to do, I always like to start with the laughing, especially tonight. We're going to go into Joe Biden and all his cohorts there of the Democratic Party. So it's going to be a good one. So I'm going to play this video, guys. Check it out. You're going to laugh, and I'll see you guys on the other side of the intro. Take a watch.
Introducing the Amazon Biden, the home assistant that refuses to take questions.
Biden, can you tell me when your next press conference is?
Absolutely not.
And unlike the Alexa, the Biden won't share location data.
Biden, where is Hunter?
Come on, let's get real here.
You won't have to worry about your kids plagiarizing schoolwork because the Biden doesn't retain information.
Biden, what year did we kill Osama bin Laden?
I don't remember that ever happening.
It may look like a cheap knockoff that breaks down a lot, but the Biden is doing work you can count on.
A three-letter word, jobs, J-O-B-S.
The Amazon Biden, selling out fast in Ukraine and China.
Biden, stop sniffing Alexa's hair.
Come on, man.
Introducing the
November 3rd can't come any sooner.
Thanks for tuning in to the land of the real. But it's like the Twilight Zone, the plan is surreal. It'll blow your mind when the plan is revealed. Bring it all to light, all the plans they conceal. Grab your flashlight, it's time to go down the rabbit hole. It's dark and hell is hot, dealing with satanic souls. The tide is turning, patriots are now in control. Apply aggressive pressure right now until they fold. Stay woke, open up your eyes and keep them peeled. All they do is lie, realize not everything is real. Through Project Looking Glass, the future is revealed. Future proves past, but there won't be any deals. Woke society's fam, you know it's time to go. Grab your popcorn, sit back now, enjoy the show. Severe and non on the mic, so come on, enjoy the flow. The wave is rising and you know it's only gonna grow.
Okay, everyone's here now. Everyone giving up everyone time. About 10 minutes, everyone to get here. We're almost at 1,000 viewers already. Thank you guys for joining. And hit that like button. It's going to be a good one tonight, I can promise you. All right. So, I myself, you guys can let me know in the chat too. Did you guys watch the Democratic convention last night? Because I surely did not. I had enough going on this weekend, so I was not able to watch it. I think it was yesterday. I think the other half's going on right now, which we will talk about, but I certainly did not have the stomach to watch it. So I got the best clips that I could find for this convention, and we're going to talk about it because we saw the real candidate last night. The real candidate that's most likely going to be going head to head with Trump, and that was Michelle Obama. And she didn't hold back one bit of what about her agenda was at all. And the best part about all this is that she didn't mention Joe Biden at all in any of these speeches. And I know they're pre-recorded, but the message was not about Joe Biden and backing up Joe Biden or any of that stuff. Nothing like that. It was straight up, let's bash Trump. Let's bash Trump night, which is fine what we expected. But I want you guys to hear what Michelle Obama was literally saying and talking about. And then we're going to discuss this. Let's take a watch here.
See what happens when that lack of empathy is ginned up into outright disdain. They see our leaders labeling fellow citizens enemies of the state while emboldening torch-bearing white supremacists.
Oh, listen to this bitch.
They watch in horror as children are torn from their families and thrown into cages, and pepper spray and rubber bullets are used on peaceful protesters for a photo op. Sadly, this is the America that is on display for the next generation. A nation that's underperforming, not simply on math. See what happens when that.
And she just keeps going on. We have another clip of her too. But of course, she's talking about the protesters, right? The peaceful protesters towing the Democratic bullshit that's still happening and still being used today. Saying again, Trump's using these things as a photo op, and that there may be some truth to that, but not for himself. But if you were running for president and you were seeing your rival's party destroying cities, because again, with something sometimes we forget to, we seem to forget, all these cities are run by Democratic mayors and Democratic governors. What a coincidence. But, you know, Trump wants a photo op, but guess what? If I was Trump, I would certainly be making content off the ravaged cities that Trump has offered to help, completely offered to help. So he told all these states that he can send in the National Guard whenever they need. And did they have any of them really asked? Almost none of them. Almost none. But that's okay. Trump's just doing it for a photo op, but that's all right. He can use the videos to further destroy your party and your opponent, which is just as good for me as well. But it didn't stop there, though. It didn't stop there. There was one more clip here I want to show you from Michelle here. Take a watch.
Let me be as honest and clear as I possibly can. Donald Trump is the wrong president for our country. He has had more than enough time to prove that he can do the job, but he is clearly in over his head. He cannot meet this moment. He simply cannot be who we need him to be for us. It is what it is.
He simply cannot be what we need him for us, which means he cannot be the puppet that the rest of DC is and the rest of the swamp rats that were bleeding our country out. And thanks to your husband, Michelle, we almost completely lost this country all the way. Just happened to be a miracle in 2016. Trump saved us from the final death blow that Hillary was going to bring to this country, because that is what was coming. And I can tell you right now, if Trump did not win, I would not be here right now. I can tell you that because I was with all those other people mocking Trump before all this, drinking the Kool-Aid. So I know. I don't know what I'd be right now if I was to have the Democrats as my party, considering everything going on in the world right now and the complete sham COVID is and everything else that followed with it. But damn. And that's what I'm saying here. The Miguel Fornia. The panic is real. And Michelle, you should be panicked. You should be panicked. Your husband committed treason. And Trump was just saying it today. He said it today. Obama and Sleepy Joe were caught spying on my campaign. Then he threw in the word treason and they continued on with the speech. I didn't get that sound clip, but he said it today. I think he was out in Arizona. I forgot where he was today. Don't remember. On some airfield, doing what he can to get reelected on the campaign trail. But it's just funny to watch this. And this was enough for me to say, thank God I didn't watch the rest of the convention, because this is going to make me vomit. Going to make me vomit. But for the Trump, though, Trump, of course, had something to say about this today. And here we are from Breaking 911. President Trump says Michelle Obama is the one in over her head. She gets those fawning reviews. If you gave it a real review, it wouldn't be so fawning. Check out what he said here.
She was over her head, and frankly, she should have made the speech live, which she didn't do. She taped it, and it was not only taped, it was taped a long time ago because she had the wrong deaths. She didn't even mention the vice presidential candidate in the speech, and, you know, she gets these fawning reviews. If you gave a real review, it wouldn't be so fawning. I thought it was a very divisive speech.
He says it's a very divisive speech, and he's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. There's really not much else to say to it, because really everyone's been saying Trump's been in over his head before he even got into the Oval Office, which he was spied on for way before we originally thought, which is still to come out. But it's just funny to watch all this happen. Funny to watch all this happen. Again, she didn't mention Joe Biden. Maybe she forgot. But speaking of forgotten things, I'm going to throw this in there because I'm going to also save you guys from absolute torture. The Cardi B interview with Joe Biden was going around yesterday. And of course, I'm a glutton for punishment. I watched it. And if you don't know who Cardi B is, you're not missing anything. She's pretty much teaching the women and young girls in her country to be complete hoes. Just her most recent interviews just this last week and the videos she's putting out. I would never, ever want my daughter to see anything grossly related to her or any content she puts out. She's disgusting. She's disgusting, but we saw this from what I heard and what I saw researching the convention last night. There were some Hollywood actors, some entertainers. Of course, the old guard was on display, and it's still being on display today. But again, we see Sleepy Joe here literally forget how many grandchildren he has. Watch this.
You know what I'm saying?
You're telling me? I got 4 kids, 5 grandkids. Come on. I'm an expert.
He has 7 grandkids. 7. And he told Cardi B here, it's only a 6-second clip. And that's all I can bear myself, ladies and gentlemen, after watching the original interview. Because we literally have a woman here saying, "Oh, Kerr," to the future president of the United States, possibly. And this is how you're talking. You look and sound like an idiot. But that's a whole different story for a different day. We saw this on display today, and this is the candidate that that all the Dems were trashing not too long ago in their own debates. And now they're all behind him. The whole entire Me Too movement, all of this can go right out the window. All of it. The Dems are so full of it, and it's so blatant now. It's just hard. It's hard to talk about. But I just want people to remember this when I show this next clip here coming up. We hear Michelle Obama talking about how Trump's in over his head and that these are not the right people to run the country. I want people to remember this. This was a clip here from 2013. Michelle Obama in 2020. Joe Biden is a profoundly decent man guided by faith. And she also mentions Harvey Weinstein in the same breath in these compliments. Remember this?
I want to start by thanking Harvey Weinstein for organizing this amazing day. Harvey. This is possible because of Harvey. He is a wonderful human being, a good friend, and just a powerhouse. And the fact that he and his team took the time to make this happen for all of you should say something not about me or about this place, but about you. All right, everybody, we are here because of you.
Now, I don't remember what event this was, but you can see Whoopi Goldberg's here, Harvey Weinstein's here, Joe Biden's here. But all of these people, they are decent, wonderful human beings and a good friend. Harvey Weinstein's in prison right now for rape. And he's still got pending charges, and some of them are underage girls. And these are the people that were being propped up. Just like you said, we were all asleep at the wheel when these things were happening. Not all of us. There's some that were awake that knew that all this stuff was evil and something was wrong off with it. All of it. 2013, I don't remember what I was doing in 2013. I can't remember what I was doing 2 weeks ago. But I certainly wasn't paying attention to any of this. And dear God, look at the old guard back then and what they are back now. And look how desperate they are to regain power. So desperate. I'm telling you guys, do you think it's going to be Joe Biden by the end of the, what is it? I think what is the, October 22nd is the last debate day. Do you think it's going to be him, or do you think it's going to be Michelle with Hillary as the running mate? Because honestly, I can't see Joe getting on a stage with this man and sparring. Just don't see it. So as we make our rounds here from the convention, it wasn't just Michelle that was speaking. There were other speakers, and we're going to get into the speakers that are actually either they're on now, which are even absolutely, which is even more crazier. We'll get into that in just a moment. But being from New York, my lovely governor had something to say for this convention. He had the balls to go and say what I'm about to show you right now. And again, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm talking about. You will not find this on the mainstream media. You won't find this on many news outlets because they do not speak the truth. And this is what you're going to get on this channel. You're going to see complete hypocrisy within a matter of a few minutes. This is from Breaking 911. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, who signed an executive order forcing nursing homes to accept patients with coronavirus, as the White House watched New York get ambushed by their negligence. Watch this douchebag talk.
Our current federal government is dysfunctional and incompetent. It couldn't fight off the virus. In fact, it didn't even see it coming. The European virus infected the Northeast while the White House was still fixated on China. The virus had been attacking us for months before they even knew it was here. We saw the failure of a government that tried to deny the virus, then tried to ignore it, and then tried to politicize it. The failed federal government that watched New York get ambushed by their negligence and then watched New York suffer, but all through it learned absolutely nothing. So today, 6 months after it began, the nation is still unprepared. Our current federal government is
still unprepared. This asshole is still, he said this as of last night. Now, I'm going to play one more clip here just to show the complete hypocrisy. Now, you guys just heard that. Blaming Trump, politicizing it, all this stuff, right? Look at this video here. I don't know if this was March, April. This was the heyday of the coronavirus in New York, because it was pretty bad here in New York for a little while. But that's not the whole point of this. I want you guys to see. So you just heard that guy, just heard Cuomo talk about that just now, right? Listen to this.
I've worked very hard with the President of the United States. We've had our political differences in the past, no doubt. But there's also no doubt that I've worked hand in glove with the President here. And he has been responsive to New York and responsive to New York's needs, and he's done it quickly and he's done it efficiently. I've literally had conversations with him in the morning where he turned around a decision by that afternoon. I've been in the federal government. I know what it's like to make a decision. And he has really responded to New York's needs. So keep politics out of it. Focus on government and focus on policy.
This guy literally said, I've literally had conversations with him in the morning where he turned around a decision by the afternoon. I've been in the federal government. I know what it is to make a decision like that. And he's supporting Trump and saying how fast and responsive he's been, and he's done a good job. So what changed, Cuomo? What changed? Is the heat getting to you after news broke, a week, not even a couple days ago, even a week ago? The AP broke a story that the 6,600 elderly that you killed in nursing homes might actually be 11 or 12,000 now, because it's been misreported, and all the doctors in these nursing homes have been accurately reporting it, but they're getting snuffed out, and Cuomo is still refusing to talk about it and refuses to. So what changed, Cuomo? What changed? And I hope whoever's out here in New York, I hope you're listening to this asshole. Are you going to keep voting this guy in? Because as far as I know, millions of people have moved out of the city. And I don't think they're coming back. But Cuomo said he wants to make you dinner. So maybe. We'll see. We'll have to see. I don't know if I'm going to be in this state much longer myself. But either way, I hope you guys are seeing this. So again, the Democratic convention putting their best up front. And it got worse. It actually got worse. This made me cringe more than anything, probably almost. At the end of this whole convention, right? And I didn't watch this. These are just the clips that I were able to find. So I'm giving you guys the quick summary of it and actually saving you a bunch of misery. This is from Secular Talk. And he made his tweet the moment Trump won re-election. This is the outro. This is the music they decided to play and the little video they did on the way out. Watch this.
Good night.
There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there telling me I got to beware. Think it's time we start. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. There's battle lines being drawn. Nobody's right if everybody's wrong. Young people speaking their minds. In so much resistance from behind. We gotta stop.
Stop is right. Dear Lord. Dear Lord. It just, what is this? You got LeBron James and Anthony Davis from the LA Lakers in the background with their Black Lives Matter on their knees. You got kids in masks holding up signs. It's just fantastic. This is the future that the Dems want. You got this creepy old guy that looks like a pedo playing his guitar, and you got this guy that looks like he has bat wings dancing around and doing all these weird, I don't even know. I almost led the show with this. And Soki, there was another video I was going to play, but I'm not going to be able to get it tonight. You know which one I'm talking about. But dear God, what is that? What is that? I don't know if these were two famous people. I don't care to know either. But it's just disgusting at this point. We're at 1,500 viewers, guys. Thank you for joining. If you can, just hit that like button for me. You guys have been fantastic. And again, ladies and gentlemen, check out the sponsor, pill.net. Go to the link below. Go right to the website. It's a free platform. There is no money involved in this at all. It's totally free. We are offering a free platform that is completely built by patriots, and it's not, you will not get censored on there, and it's really great. I'm on there. I'm loving it. Go check them out and go sign up. All you need is your email and a password, and you're good to go. Thank you, guys. So this is what we were dealing with last night, and I can't even imagine what's going on now, because when you guys find out who the guests are, you're going to cringe. But I want you guys just to see what I was seeing last night, and I knew right away. I was so happy I didn't watch this. YouTube DNC live ratings. Here you go. NBC 80K watching, 50% dislike. ABC 17K, 40% dislike, 35%. Joe Biden channel, 54% dislike. PBS, Fox had 99% and PBS had 50% dislike. Ladies and gentlemen, these are outlets that are trying to push the Dem streams, the Dem whole agenda, everything. We all know what they're doing. But look at this. Look at these ratios. This reminds me of the Abramovich when she did the ad for Microsoft, and they took the video down from YouTube because it got so much backlash. 6.1 compared to 6.3, 2.5 compared to 3.5. I can tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, look at this, 4.4, 2.5. Now, obviously, there's probably people trolling, but I don't think it's all that. I really don't think it's all that. Running a channel now for a year and a half, it's really, really hard to get dislikes like that unless you completely bomb an episode or you're just really bad at what you're doing. Or you got a lot of trolls coming after you. It could be either one. But if this, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm talking about. When you look at polls and stuff and you just get the general sense, just use common sense. Who do you think the people want? Do you think they trust this man, Joe Biden? Absolutely not. And you can see it in the ratings. You can see it in the ratings. And you want to know why it's probably going to be worse today and why Bill Clinton is trending right now. Right now. You know what the Dems decided to do? Great idea, Joe Biden. You think if we bring in Bill Clinton to speak tomorrow, which is happening tonight, he might have already spoken. Let's bring Bill Clinton in and have him speak on the campaign about Joe Biden. Of all people right now. They did it. They did it. Donald Trump Jr. says Bill Clinton is speaking at Joe Biden's Democratic convention tonight. Are we all just supposed to forget that an alleged victim of Jeffrey Epstein said she saw Clinton at Epstein's pedophile island? Will a single mainstream reporter ask Biden's campaign about it? And look, savage as always, hashtag me too. And this is even better. Bill Clinton trending with Epstein, 292,000 tweets right now. What are they thinking? Why would they bring Bill Clinton? And it's not just Bill Clinton. I think AOC is speaking tonight as well. Really solid lineup. Really solid lineup. I guess AOC is more logical since she is the future of the Socialist Party that is now the death of the Democratic Party that's going on right now. But it gets worse because we all know what Virginia Giuffre spewed out on those documents. The latest ones we got about Epstein, putting him on the island as a witness. She saw him with 2 underage girls, and that island was known for orgies. This comes out today from Chillum. This is also over a bunch of outlets, but this is the one I was able to grab. Bill Clinton smiles as he receives neck massage from Jeffrey Epstein victim, and these photos came out today. This one I've seen on the bottom right before. These two right here, I have not seen. I have not seen it. I don't know where this is, but we've seen this infamous picture before on the cue boards. We've seen it for a very long time, but these pictures are new and I haven't seen them before. They might not be new, but to me today, this broke. I didn't see these until today. There is a man here, ex-president, former president Bill Clinton, getting a massage here from a young woman. And I can't remember her name at this moment, but that's not the point. Not the point. This came out earlier today. That was 12:30 today Eastern time. And you wonder why the Democrats and their entire party is completely just falling apart at the seams, and why I keep telling people, do not be worried about this election. Don't be. Everybody was worried about mail-in ballots and everything else going on with all this other stuff with corrupted ballots and all these other things going along with the mail ballots, right? Which we're going to jump into right now. Everything's going to be okay. And I know a lot of people have been messaging me that, they're going to cheat. Somehow Trump's going to lose, and we know it's going to be by cheating. It's going to be okay. We're going to transition now to the post office because the Dems, I'm telling you, I've never talked so much politics in my life, but I've never seen so much hypocrisy, just in general in my life. Maybe because I just got into politics 2 years ago. Maybe that's why, but here we are. Breaking 911. Speaker Pelosi says she is calling lawmakers back to session later this week to vote on a bill that would bar changes to the U.S. Postal Service. Now remember, I reported last week that Trump put his dude in there for the Postmaster General. He's a Trump guy. He was going in and make fundamental changes to the post office because it was a failing system before Trump ever got into office. There's tweets that we found from 2013, 2012. All these tweets of him bashing Amazon and the way that Amazon treats the Postal Service and so many other things. This is way before Trump got into office. And apparently Trump's the one that's destroying the post office now. That's the narrative being pushed because the narrative being pushed is Trump needs to cheat. Slowing down the mail system right now is his way to victory. That's honestly what they are pushing right now. So Pelosi called for a session. All of a sudden, Pelosi wants to work now. Holy crap. It's been months. Besides blocking aid to Americans that actually need it, she goes swooping right in and wants to have a session to have a hearing for the Postmaster General. Isn't it unbelievable? Not really. But it wasn't just Nancy Pelosi. It was a bunch of the Dems and the left completely losing their minds over mailboxes and the post office. And next on the docket, we have Al Gore here. Al Gore talking about President Trump and the mail system. Watch this.
The way he has mismanaged our country is really historic. And I think that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are conveying an image of competence and stability and bring back the American spirit. I think it's really wonderful. On the Postal Service, if I could say what I wanted to say about that, I think he's kind of panicked that the announcement of Kamala Harris went off. It was a 10 out of 10. It was amazing. And he went to that stupid, ridiculous false birther thing right away and then had to take it back. And on the Postal Service, this is an act of desperation. And Americans understand, Anderson, that during a pandemic, there are lots of older voters and voters of all ages with a pre-existing condition who worry that they can't breathe safely standing in line to vote. So in effect, by tampering with the Postal Service, he is in effect putting his knee on the neck of American democracy.
There you go. There you go. Which PR person wrote that one for you? Trump is in effect putting his knee on the neck of American democracy. I wonder what that was in reference to. Could it have been George Floyd? The guy that made millions of dollars off doom porn with his climate change agenda, which, by the way, we're all still here. New York and Florida are still not underwater, Gore. But here we are. A complete full-on assault by the media, by all these same talking heads talking crap about Trump and the mail system. It was really funny. And the best part is the stuff we were seeing on Twitter. and calling out the fake news. This is from House Judiciary GOP. And this guy, Rex Chapman from Burbank, California. In your entire life, have you ever seen a locked mailbox at the USPS? Now you have. A disgrace, immediate threat to American democracy. Shame on them. Shame on the GOP. Where are you? And here we see locks on mailboxes. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? This is something that's pretty common. And we can see it right here from the House Judiciary GOP. This photo is from 2016. Boxes locked because of mail theft. No way. People steal from the mail? They never would. Obama, Biden were in charge. How is this not labeled as misinformation, Jack? Or does that rule only apply to Republicans on Twitter? And just a side note, Grinnell was out in, I think, Nevada yesterday, just trying to drum up some support for Trump and Republicans. And the account that he was live streaming from and posting from for this group, this Trump group out in Nevada, it got suspended yesterday. And then it was reinstated later today. And they said it was an accident and got put in a spam folder. And that's why it was suspended. It's disgusting. Disgusting. And we're seeing this all over the place. But I want to put everyone's mind at ease right now. I want to put everyone's mind at ease. There was something that was being done behind the scenes that no one saw coming, and we're still waiting on more information about it right now. But this news broke from Zero Hedge and many other outlets, and it's something exciting for everyone to see. The USPS just filed a patent for a blockchain-based secure voting system, and I'll try to explain what blockchain is in just a moment. It looks like the United States Post Office is getting in the business of voting. It has recently been unearthed that the USPS filed for a patent on February 7, 2020 for a secure voting system that uses a blockchain access layer. Obviously, this could be one of the strongest signals of a welcome adaptation to blockchain by the US government since blockchain was thrust onto the map by Bitcoin. A voting system can use the security of blockchain in the mail to provide a reliable voting system. The patent application says a registered voter receives a computer-readable code in the mail and confirms identity and confirms correct ballot information in an election. The system separates voter identification and votes to ensure vote anonymity and stores votes on distributed ledger in a blockchain. The United States Postal Service is listed as the applicant on the application. Voters generally wish to be able to vote for elected officials or on other issues in a manner that is convenient and secure. The application says further, those holding elections wish to be able to ensure that election results have not been tampered with and that the results actually correspond to the votes that were cast. And in some embodiments, a blockchain allows the tracking of the various types of necessary data in a way that is secure and allows others to easily confirm the data and has not been altered. Equally as interesting as the patent itself is the fact that the application was filed before the coronavirus had wreaked total havoc on the country. So you hear that, ladies and gentlemen. This patent was already in effect before the coronavirus was doing the damage that it was doing already. And long before the idea of mail-in voting was being tossed around by pundits and the mainstream media on the daily. There was technology, ladies and gentlemen, and I remember reporting on it. I couldn't find the video of which one it was. This was months ago, and it was one of Trump's top guys for his re-election campaign was talking about a technology that has not been used yet. It's brand new, and it's completely 100% fail-safe. It's secure, and it's going to be a different way of voting, and this has got to be what it's about. The USPS filed a patent for a blockchain-based secure voting system, and I'm going to try to explain what blockchain is in just a moment. It's something I don't entirely understand myself, so I got something to try to explain to everybody out there what this is. So I got this from Twitter. Time Traveler Anonymous from the patent section 0044 states the mail-in ballots are printed with a QR code that is added to the blockchain. When the ballot is returned, the QR code is scanned and the ballot authenticated. Simple, no printing extra ballots. They're all unique and logged. Just substitute ballots for crypto. And right now, blockchain is big for cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, XRP, all the cryptocurrencies. They all run on blockchain. And honestly, the best way to describe it is just another way to transfer money, transfer documents, transfer a lot of things. You can transfer anything in blockchain, and literally, it's impenetrable. It can't be maybe it can be overtaken. I'm not a hacker, but from what I'm hearing, it's super, super secure. And this is what the U.S. Postal Service was looking at before any of this, with the COVID, any of the stuff that was going on. And this is why I want to tell people to take a chill pill. Do we really think that Trump was going to just... He can rail all he wants on TV about how he knows mail-in ballots are illegal, but do you think he wasn't going to do something about this? Absolutely he was. He is not going to just put his back down to these people. He hasn't since he got into office, and he's been the strong leader that we all want him to be. So I want you guys to look at this thread here about what this is about, because think about it. Literally, you get something in the mail. It's a computer-generated code. If you only get it if you're registered. Did you hear that? You only get this piece of code if you're registered already. So it's voter ID. It gets mailed to you. You do the code with your phone. It verifies you, and then you send it back. Even if it gets lost, there's still an electronic record of it, and you can still verify your vote and securely put it into a system that's not going to be tainted with by anybody. This is what we're talking about. So Brian Cates here wrote this thread. So, hey, this was filed in February of 2019. This was an entire year and 7 months ago. That's something very noteworthy. This wasn't something that just came up. This is something that was being talked about and already implemented as a way to have a secure voting, because the post office was a complete train wreck and has been for a long time. The provisional application was filed on February 8, 2019, a year and 7 months ago. The final application was filed on February 7th, 2020, 6.5 months ago. Trump has been sitting on this. Hey, too bad Trump's not doing anything about the not in-person voting thing, huh? Democrats will still somehow come up with millions of fake votes because Trump is a passive moron. Oh my God, I'm laughing my ass off. Obviously, he's being sarcastic. And he's talking about, here's my provisional application filed a year and 7 months ago. It's so important. And read carefully. Why did nobody know about this? Why weren't the Dems blowing this up? Why didn't the mainstream media catch any of this? Well, here's why. Here's why nobody ever heard of the thing about this until today. A provisional applicant for a patent was submitted, and a provisional patent application allows you to file without a formal patent claim, oath, or declaration. So it's kind of like a ninja patent. It's really quiet, it's silent, it's still a patent, but no one really knows about it, or any other information disclosure or statement. They've been getting this ready for over a year, and they didn't have to tell anybody about it. And yes, it's essentially voter ID. You're about to watch Democrats scream like possessed banshees to try to stop any implementation of this, and it's going to be awesome. He promised us an exciting 8 weeks, and I told you guys a few weeks ago, he had stuff up his sleeve and was planning for this 8 weeks of just awesome things coming for the country and obviously for his re-election campaign. So he is literally sitting on technology right now, and I'm still right now telling everybody that I know, if you can go out and vote in person, still go out and vote in person. But this to me looks like the future of what we're going to be seeing in an election, where most of us have smartphones and not everybody has. So in-person voting is still going to be important. But for me, somebody that knows how to use their phone, if there is a way in the future where I know I get some kind of code that's only for me, a registered voter, I put in my information and it goes to a secure place that is blockchain, I'm probably going to do that. Why do I have to go in person if I don't have to? Some people still might, but right now, this year, I'm talking everybody go out and do it. But still, there is something coming. This man, Donald Trump, is always 8 steps ahead of the Democrats at all times. And the best part about it, they didn't even know about this. It's out now. It's out now, and essentially it's voter ID. And a lot of these details are still to be nailed out. But it's still action that we needed to see, and it's great to see that it's happening. And you guys want to see some really weird coincidences here? This graphic, I think, was made by Julian's Rum. I got it from his Twitter. Look at the file date for February 7th, 2020. Look at these tweets here from Trump on February 7th, 2020. I think they should blame Russia. Russia. Again, if they can't count votes properly, how are they going to run a U.S. healthcare? Talking about the completely botched Democratic caucus that was in Iowa. Remember, everybody was trying to figure out all the votes. It was a complete mess. Absolute mess. And he later on tweets the same day, the Democratic Party has given up on counting votes in Iowa. It looks like it all got computer fried. Nobody knows who the real winner is. Maybe it's Sleepy Joe, but it's not looking that way. They lost millions and millions of dollars for nothing, but I won Iowa big. Talking about mail-in votes, talking about the complete terrible way that this system works as far as votes and losing ballots. You know, we've seen these pictures of post office, these people that work for the post office throwing ballots away, ripping Trump signs out of yards, putting them in their trucks and throwing them in the garbage. February 7th, he was talking about this stuff. And we can see right here in the patent secure voting system through the United States Postal Service on that same exact date, filed February 7th, 2020. It just blows my mind, ladies and gentlemen. And this is why, ultimately, Trump's the man. What else do you need for this man for a reason to get him reelected? Because you're really gonna, even if you hate Trump, are you going to vote for Joe Biden still? There's some of you out there probably. But remember when Nancy wanted to have this hearing with the Postmaster General, and they didn't want any changes being made because Trump's ruining everything? Well, we got news yesterday. USPS Postmaster General suspends all planned changes until after the 2020 election. And there's not going to be any changes done because, in my honest opinion, this blockchain technology is going to be rolled out, and it's already been in the works. And the USPS, Russia, China, whoever else is not going to be able to mess with this system. There's going to be no excuse for anyone that doesn't want to go out and vote and not use this. So it's going to be a different option for this system. And guess what? The Dems can't shoot it down. They will, but they're going to get egg in their face because essentially, what is this doing? This blockchain technology, you don't have to go out and be around people. Isn't that the whole point of all this, right? Because of COVID? That's the point. So are Dems going to shoot this down? Something that's safe and socially distanced and will help people not spread the disease? This is what we're seeing. Be encouraged. Be excited. Everything is going to be okay. And to top off the Postal Justice Warrior section of the show, don't forget, thousands of Seattle Democrats gather to demand mail-in voting because it's too dangerous to vote in person. Give me a break. You got to laugh at the hypocrisy. And this is what you're going to get on this channel, ladies and gentlemen. If you're new here, you're going to get narrative breakers. You're going to get counter narratives as well. And we're going to set the record straight because what an absolute joke. You don't have to be a Democrat or Republican to see the stupidity of what's going on right now. You don't. You just don't need it. You don't need it. All right. So where do I want to go from here? I want to see where this Kleinsmith story is going. Everyone, it was my last episode on Saturday. We all heard Kevin Kleinsmith is the first one to be pleading guilty, and we're going to be getting more details on this tomorrow. But I want you guys to watch this video here real quick of Obama talking about how the Justice Department is always on a case-by-case basis. There's no political influence. Watch this hypocrisy. It's going to tie in perfectly for the rest of the show. Take a watch.
Ability to carry out her duties.
Mr. President, when you say what you've just said, when Josh Earnest said, as he did, your spokesman, in January, the information from the Justice Department is she's not a target, some people, I think, are worried whether or not the decision, whether or not how to handle the case will be made on political grounds, not legal grounds. Can you guarantee to the American people, can you direct the Justice Department to say Hillary Clinton will be treated as the evidence goes, she will not be in any way protected?
I can guarantee that. And I can guarantee that not because I give Attorney General Lynch a directive. That is institutionally how we have always operated. I do not talk to the Attorney General about pending investigations. I do not talk to FBI directors about pending investigations. We have a strict line and always have maintained it, previous presidents.
Just to button this up.
I guarantee it.
I guarantee it. You want to know why he doesn't talk to any of these officials? Because he tells his direct cabinet members like Joe Biden and others to unmask people themselves. So they don't have to go through the FBI. They did in some cases. This was April 10th, 2016, when he's saying this. And you want to know why Michelle is up on stage looking completely panicked and just out of place because she knows. I'm wondering, I was talking to some of my friends about this. Obama's going to get nailed, but we're going to have to wait and see what actually happens. But I wonder if Michelle was wrapped up in any of this too. And maybe that's why she might end up running in the long run with the quick switch. We'll have to see. But this all is pertain to Spygate. And I'm going to bring in the Q drops now, just one. I haven't been doing this for good reason. But 4621, it dropped yesterday. And this is the second month in a row now that Q has been silent and they dropped on the 17th. Just keep that in mind. This is called Link to New Q dropped. Placeholder indictments tracking non-civ set 1. Kevin Kleinsmith KC 11.3, and that is a marker that's been around since the beginning. I'm going to show you just a moment. So we have one filled out here, and the rest is to be filled out in placeholder indictments tracking civilian. And this is just an article talking about Kevin Kleinsmith, which I reported on earlier in the week. But I want to bring up this 11.3 because it's very interesting. When you search 11.3, this is the marker. We go back all the way to the Q drop 26, almost the beginning. The only way is military. Think about it logically. The only way is the military, fully controlled, save and spread. Once 11.3 verifies as first marker, which just happened yesterday, biggest advance drop on poll. Now, I think, my honest opinion, I think this has to do with that blockchain technology, and maybe the military has their hands over it, and they're the ones that created this system, and that's going to ensure that this election is done properly, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about who won. Not at all. And just one more Q drop in reference to this 11.3 marker, 4388, military, all systems go, 11.3 marker. And all it says is all systems go. And this is a tweet here that was put in the drop November 3rd, June 1st, 8:45 a.m. And it says again, all systems go, Q. This is just the beginning, ladies and gentlemen. And again, this was the first set. So there's more than one set. So as fast as this list is going to be filled up, I can't say. And I'm not going to say. That's not for me to say at all. We're going to have to wait and see what happens. But the first domino is down. And this 11.3 marker is very important because Q said all systems go. And this is referencing a drop number 26 that came out November 1st, 2017, almost when Q first started dropping. Future proves past, right? We hear it all the time. Well, this is what we're dealing with, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we're dealing with. And I really think when they say all systems go, maybe this has something to do with that blockchain technology. That is my honest opinion. I don't have any sauce on that. I'm just trying to put two and two together. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. And if you guys can for me right now, real quick, hit that like button for me. We're at 2,000 viewers, which is excellent. Thank you guys for hanging out with me on a Tuesday night doing this. Hit that like button. Tell your friends and family where all the news now. Share it far and wide. So just to bring up what's going to happen now with Kevin Kleinsmith. The Kevin Kleinsmith plea agreement is now set for August 19th. It will be before Judge James Boasberg, who happens to be the presiding judge over the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court, which is the FISA court. And to be honest, this is from Technofog. At first I kind of freaked out when I saw this, that this guy was the presiding judge over the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court. I thought that was maybe, I just thought that was a little sketchy. But I thought about it. Kevin Kleinsmith, all these guys, these are the ones that lied to the FISA court, that made the relationship between the FBI and the FISA court so rotten that they literally don't believe anything. I'm sure Judge James Boasberg here is going to be, he's still pissed that these people lied to them and used this as a political weapon to unseat a duly elected president. So I thought maybe this won't be a conflict of interest. Maybe this will help better serve justice, but I'm still surprised that a judge that handled these FISA warrants is going to be the one that's going to have this case put before him. But hey, let the cards fall where they may, right? We'll have to see what happens. But as far as that's going to be on tomorrow. I don't know when this is going on, so hopefully when me and Methods are on tomorrow, we can talk about this and see what comes out of it. But there's so much to be excited about. And just to wrap up the news from around the country, just want to throw these out here real quick from Breitbart. Armed St. Louis couple. Everyone saw these guys protecting their home from BLM and Antifa that broke through a gated community. These guys, guess what? They're going to be on the Republican convention, which is going to be mostly virtual. And the Washington Post reports that Mark and Patricia McCloskey will be part of the largely digital Republican National Convention next week, because nothing will make you switch your vote, your allegiance to a party than rioters that you supported financially, the Democrats you supported financially, those same people that you said you defended and want to help financially attacked you anyways. That'd be enough for me to switch the party, and it looks like they're going to do the same thing. And of course, Trump probably had something to do with that, and now they're teaming up, and now they're going to be doing this all together. Real quick, too, NAACP officials and Democratic state senator hit with felony charges over toppling statue, and everyone remembers this when the statue came down and cracked that dude in the head. I thought immediately there's no way this dude was going to live, and the Virginia state senator and several NAACP officials were slapped with 2 felony charges. The Virginia state senator, ladies and gentlemen, slapped with 2 felony charges over the alleged roles in the destruction of a Confederate statue by a mob in Portsmouth, Virginia, and serves them right. Because the protester received life-altering injuries in that incident when a statue fell on his head. I don't wish any life-altering injury really on anybody. These idiots, these kids should not have been there in the first place. Stuff happened that shouldn't have gone down, and a dude got cracked down with a statue, and he's probably permanently disabled now for the rest of his life. Permanently disabled. But it is what it is. One last thing, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to wrap up the show tonight. And I want to bring in this announcement that was made by POTUS, talking about the pardoning that was supposedly coming. And everyone was rampantly speculating about who it is. I'm going to play it real quick.
I wanted to just add something because this was brought up a week ago, and I was so surprised that it was never done before. Because later today, I will be signing a full and complete pardon for Susan B. Anthony. She was never pardoned. Did you know that? She was never pardoned. What took so long?
So Trump went ahead, and thanks to Methods for that video clip there, as always, Trump went ahead and pardoned Susan B. Anthony. And really, this wasn't really news to me. The reason why I want to bring this up and where I want to end the show off tonight is because all yesterday, and when you get a bigger account and you build up a following, you get questions, which is fine. I'm okay with questions, but it wasn't just that. It was rampant speculation yesterday, and all I was hearing is that Trump was going to pardon Julian Assange. And all I saw were people, big accounts spraying this crap all over the place, which usually results in me getting a million questions about stuff that to me is just common sense. But you can see what we call the hive mind completely form, and we call the left out for all the time, but it happens within our own ranks all the time. And the people I see in this movement all the time, especially with bigger accounts that put out these ideas, they don't really think about it, and all hell breaks loose. And really all it does is make us look stupid. It's just to be honest. And this is why, if you guys think I'm being a dick on my Twitter, making fun of some people in our movement, not people, but just sometimes our movement in general, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just trying to point out some common sense things. Hive mind is going to happen. It's everything that comes with that. You guys have to think how it makes the movement look. Julian Assange would have been great, but is this the right time for that to happen right before the election? I don't know. But all I saw and getting questioned about Julian Assange all night last night, pretty much all day. And I said to my friends way ahead of time, I can't wait for Trump to announce something someone that no one thought coming, and everyone's just going to get upset and say they hate Q, they hate Trump. Everything's a letdown and expectations get blown. I learned in the first year in this movement not to get my expectations too high. Because I was the one ready, staying up all night, tweeting, waiting for news to break for arrests and indictments, and it wears you out. I'm telling you right now, it wears you out. And some people have walked away because of this. Many people have walked away because of this, because they get their expectations so blown up. And I really attribute to a lot of the stuff I see on Twitter. Guys, just use your own heads. When things get viral, take a step back, look at things, go over things, research things, look at dates, look at pictures, try to verify everything that you can, because more now than ever, there is fake stuff everywhere. Everywhere. And we can't spread stuff and get our hopes up and then scream and complain that it's Trump's and Q's fault, because that's what I was seeing yesterday and today. So I just want to leave off with that. You guys have been fantastic tonight. You guys have been great. Wow. That hour flew by like it always does. So we topped over 2,000 viewers tonight. You guys were fantastic as always. Thank you guys. And hey, if Trump ends up pardoning Assange, I'm all for it. But I don't want people to forget either. Assange, he might not be a good guy still. Even if he ends up getting the information out that we know he has, we need to step back about Assange. But I think Assange is going to do damage that we all want done to the deep state regardless. But that would be fantastic. It would be great. So thank you guys for hanging out tonight. You guys were wonderful. Hit that like button. Tell your friends and family about this channel, that we are the news now, and all that good stuff. Thank you guys, the mods out there. All you guys keeping my chat room sexy as it always is, keeping those trolls out of the chat. So all good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Check out my channel, subscribe there, check out my Patreon. I have all my Patreon levels there. If you guys want to become a diehard fan, I do live streams on Mondays. And on your way out, ladies and gentlemen, please don't forget, go check out my store, which the products, they're one of a kind. You're not going to get these anywhere else. I have cups, mugs, hats, hoodies, coffee mugs, glassware. All this stuff is made by 2 local businesses here in New York that, you know, it all goes to supporting them in this channel, guys. You have no idea how excited I get when a t-shirt gets sold. You're keeping this channel alive so I can do this full time. It's fantastic, and I love all the support you guys get. So please go check out all the merch on your way out. And if you feel like you want to spend something, go spend something. I really appreciate it. And so do all my 2 businesses as well that get support from this as well. And if guys, of course, go check out pill.net. They're the new sponsor. They're going to be in here. They're going to be mixed up with some other sponsors that I have as well. And guys, you can't get better than a free product. The last one Flip City Magazine, you can't beat the price for $20. This is free. This is a platform, ladies and gentlemen, that you can go on and not have to worry about getting censored. Wow. There's other platforms out there. I just don't think they're as good. Check out pill.net. They're fantastic. So you guys have been wonderful. Again, on the way out, hit that like button, all that good stuff. We're going to call it a night. So again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for hanging out as we always do. I love Tuesdays. They're my favorite day. Check out the show tomorrow on Method's channel. Methods to Madness. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff tomorrow. I love hanging out with my boy. We're going to be talking for an hour. That's at 3 o'clock Eastern to 4 o'clock Eastern. And Thursday and Saturday, my record episodes. Don't know if I'm going to have anyone for an interview on Friday. Might take the night off. We'll have to see. But it's all good stuff. All good things to look forward to, guys. August is just heating up. So, as I always say, ladies and gentlemen, stay safe, stay warm, and stay woke. Good night, everybody.